All right, new Salty Sports Show. Not really an episode again, just in a quick recap. Unfortunately, once again, family circumstances. Um, just with the holidays and whatnot. Um, kind of forcing my own hand here, so I'll just recap the NFL's previous weekend real quickly. So we talked about the Steelers and the Vikings. So Saints and Jets. Saints won pretty routinely, nothing much, 30-9. Falcons at Panthers. Falcons uh, kind of took over the game in the middle quarters. Well, more in the second. Panthers scored more in the third, but their second quarter was ultimately the difference and got them a win, which ultimately puts them in very good position over the Panthers and sees the Panthers kind of on the brink of, you know, the end. Falcons still with a chance. Seahawks went into Houston, beat them pretty handily. Russell Wilson, he's looked a lot better lately, so that's a good start. Davis Mills didn't look too shabby either, but it didn't really contribute to points, so not the best, but certainly, I mean, better than the expectation you may set. Raiders at Chiefs. The Chiefs continued their domination of the Raiders and won 48-9. Mahomes looked great again. Ravens at Browns. Lamar Jackson went down and Tyler Huntley was in again, but the Browns took a pretty early lead. I think they were up 24. I think it might have been to like 6 or 3. I don't remember particularly. Huntley was able to lead the Ravens to get really close, but another close loss. The balanced scales are starting to tip the other way for Baltimore, and a big season-saving victory for Cleveland. Dallas at Washington. Dallas was blowing Washington away early in the first half, thanks to the defensive efforts of Micah Parsons and Randy Gregory. Um, However, Dak Prescott had his worst performance of the season, which allowed Washington to get back in the game and late in the fourth quarter. But the Dallas defense stood pat and gave the team a 27-20 victory. Jaguars or Titans, a shutout win. This was Urban Meyer's final game before being fired. Lots of controversy there, including kicking Josh Lambo. However, it seemed like Shad Khan was done, and with a shutout loss, Urban Meyer's out the door in Jacksonville. For the Titans, 20-0. Good victory for them. Good margin. You'd like more from that offense, but being against the Jaguars, but considering that the Jags put nothing on the board, this was absolutely more than sufficient. The Broncos went at home and blew out the Lions. After the Lions got their first win, which keeps the Broncos in the playoff race a lot longer than I think many expected. Giants at Chargers. Chargers dominated early. Giants got their garbage time points, but Justin Herbert made the nicest throw of the year, honestly, and big win for the Chargers at home. Uh, Niners went to Cincinnati, close game. Lots of punches exchanged. The Niners were able to drive down the field at the end of regulation, but missed the winning kick. The Bengals took a field goal on the first drive of overtime and got it. However, the Niners responded with a Brandon Ayuk touchdown for the win. The Bills and the Buccaneers was looking like a routine Tom Brady stomping of Buffalo early. However, Tampa Bay went in and uh, put through a massive victory. Oh my God, I lost myself there. Well, Tampa Bay still won, but Buffalo really got some drama in the game, coming all the way back to tie it. Some controversial calls there. Definitely, I believe Stephon Diggs was interfered with, and the Bills should have had 4 more attempts to get into the end zone if they wanted to, probably 3, to, take the lead with not much time left. Instead, they took the points. Uh, couldn't get it done on their drive, and the Buccaneers walked off. Tremaine Edmonds absolutely embarrassed there. Um, Definitely a linebacker that I am not too high on compared to the consensus. The Bears in Green Bay played, which was an entertaining first half. The Bears held the lead, lots of great special teams. However, the Packers lost great special teams plays. However, the Packers took over in the second quarter, and Aaron Rodgers gets yet another victory against the Chicago Bears. The Rams went to the Cardinals. Cardinals were favorites here. The Rams missed Jalen Ramsey, and considering what happened in Los Angeles, I mean, a lot expected. It looks like DeAndre Hopkins picked up an injury during the game, which explained his quiet production on the day. In the meantime, the Rams were able to get a good cushion on a lead, and while the Cardinals were trying to fight back, wasn't really getting anywhere until the fourth quarter. They were able to get a touchdown late, but and I even got the onside kick, but an Aaron Donald sack on Kyler Murray finished off the game. A really good game for Odell Beckham Jr., who was absolutely dominant and tore apart the Cardinals' defense. I guess that's all for the recap. This is not much of a discussion. I'm not going to talk about the Chiefs, Chargers, or Patriots, Colts games quite yet. We're going, since that's going to be the week coming up, but a lot of delays in the NFL, a lot of big COVID cases breaking, and that's pretty concerning for the season. Um, However, yeah, we have some delayed games, particularly the football team and the Eagles. I believe the Browns and the Raiders, Rams, Seahawks. If I remember correctly, this does change a bit. So in terms of playoff implications, that Washington Eagles game is really big. If Dallas wins on Sunday, which is tomorrow from when I'm recording, then that is basically Washington trying to stay alive in the division race. Technically, probably won't. I mean, they have their next game is Dallas, so there's a chance to put the pressure, but not necessarily. But if they lose, then it's straight up okay, focusing way too much. But yeah, the main story of that game is the wild card race. As for the Seahawks Rams game, that's the mostly about the Rams getting a better position, closing down on Arizona, while Seattle will want to stay kind of alive because they're still kind of alive. Raiders Browns also big playoff implications. I believe the Raiders are 6-7, the Browns are 7-6, so very big. Um, Bengals Broncos is a battle of two 7-6 teams. Lots of big implications to be talked about, but that's for later. So yeah, this is just a quick one. Not much to discuss. But lots of we're heading to down the big stretch. This is week 15. It's insane how fast the season goes. Um, but yeah, I mean it's gonna be crazy. Lots to play for. We can see an under 500 team making in the NFC, and we're gonna see a wild race in the AFC. So yeah, hopefully lots of drama. Yeah, that's it for now.